Welcome.
Hello, everybody. Good evening. I'm Mayor Joshua Garcia, and I'm going to kick things off here. And I just want to humbly welcome all of you to the city of Holyoke on behalf of our citizens and our city council. And here with us tonight, we do have the president of our city council, Tessa Murphy-Romboletti, as well as our councilor, Patty Devine. Thank you so much for being here tonight. Yes, you can clap. They're amazing. They're great. Thank you so much for your presence here tonight. It illustrates one of Holyoke's extremely and very fascinating assets, and that's our diversity. We're a city of migrants, and we're a city of immigrants, which means that we're Jewish, we are Irish and Polish and French Canadian, Puerto Rican, African American, and Mexican. I love that Holyoke's different religions and ethnicities come together and share their different culture and holidays. And tonight, we celebrate the first day of Hanukkah, which means rededication. So let us rededicate ourselves to the values of Hanukkah that it celebrates and that we all have in common, which is freedom from oppression, resilience in the face of intolerance, and light in times of darkness. And with that being said, it is my humble and real honor to introduce all of you, our Congressman Richard Neal, who's also going to share a few words.
Thanks, Mr. Mayor. Thank you. Always delighted to accept an invitation from the people of Holyoke. I have been part of that history over many, many years, and certainly a deep gratitude against all adversity that the world has experienced. The people of Holyoke time and again have shown their character. And I wanted to be a part of this event this evening, in particular because of what happened last night in Sydney at Bondi Beach. People simply that were celebrating a religious festival. And I call attention to that because in America we celebrate the principle of unity without uniformity. And I'm here because I can't make the one in Springfield at Court Square tomorrow, the one that was established when I was mayor in the public square. The idea, once again, of religious pluralism and the rise of anti-Semitism in the world is detrimental to man and womankind everywhere. The lighting of the menorah, as the mayor so gently but eloquently noted, it is our quest for light. It is still the eternal quest of man and womankind to seek a better day and a better outcome. And in the lighting of this ceremony that seems so simple on the surface, but to light a candle, we are reminded of the triumph of Jews over the Maccabees. At a very perilous moment in their history, they've survived. And I bring attention to that once again because of the horror that we're witnessing. We need less charged political rhetoric everywhere. The idea, again, that one of the delights about America is the other notion that our First Amendment guarantees a second opinion, but that can be done diplomatically, rather than the harshness that too often now infects our political dialogue across the country. So to the people of Holyoke, to the Jewish community that are assembled here tonight so faithfully, given the horror of what happened last night in Australia and the rise of anti-Semitism that the world is now witnessing, we all need to be part of this, to stand up and have our voices heard, and to simply walk over and light that candle. Thanks from the United States of America.
Joe.
Good evening, everybody. It's really wonderful to see you. I'm very proud of every person here who came out in this cold just to be sitting in this really warm room. So it's great. Okay. I was actually shocked about a month ago when I looked at the program from the last couple of years to see what people were doing, and realized that this is our 10th annual meeting. I remember the first one. I think we've been through 3 mayors, I believe.
But one congressman.
And we're still, and one congressman, and we're still here. So, but most of all, I'm just so glad to see everyone. And also, as one of the co-chairs of this evening, I would like to let you know that we are fewer people, I think, because everybody's freezing, and also maybe the snow put people off. But I did want to remind people that when you leave this evening, if you want to take a few extra latkes, if you want to take some fruit, if you want to take some cookies, if you want to take some donuts, please help yourself. We have some small plastic sandwich bags that you can use, and we'll figure out other stuff too. We really don't want to have to bring all of this. It is an 8-day holiday, but we prepared for more people than I see. So with no further ado, I'd like you to meet Joanne Saltman, who is the president of Congregation Sons of Zion, one of the 2 synagogues in Holyoke.
Good evening. Tonight, we light the first candle on our menorah to remember that protecting our right to worship and live in freedom is still being challenged in our world. The attack on Jews in the land of Israel over 2,000 years ago was repelled by a group of patriots called the Maccabees. The Jewish tradition is to keep a light burning in the temple. When they returned to the temple that had been ruined in the fight, they discovered there was only enough oil to keep the candle burning for 1 day. But miraculously, the candle burned for 8 days. So this is why we light the candles for 8 days, to remind us that there is hope always for a better world. We are still being attacked, as the incident in Australia shows us. But we must never give up. We and all people of the world, Christians, Muslims, and so many others, all have the right to live and worship in peace and security. Thank you to Mayor Garcia and his staff for helping us to continue this tradition. And we celebrate by eating latkes, which are potato pancakes fried in oil. So thank you also to Michael Epstein for the donation of the beautiful menorah that we have outside, which we will be lighting. And tonight, let us hope that we can all work together to bring peace and prosperity to everyone. War and the killing of innocents is never a solution. We must never stop believing, as the song says. Thank you.
Thank you, Joanne. Sheila, do I see Sheila? Oh, I'm sorry, okay. I guess maybe the snow got to her. The next person that I'm thrilled to introduce to you is Bobby Neymar from Jewish Federation of Western Mass. Maybe he will tell us at this microphone why he is called the Madman.
Did this stop? I think people might be able to hear me regardless of this or not. This has become tradition for me. So this is my 3rd year in a row since moving to this community. So I'm very thankful and blessed to be here tonight, even with everything going on for our brothers and sisters over in Australia and here throughout the U.S. So thank you all. Thank you, Joanne. Thank you, John. And thank you for the rest of my Sons of Zion friends and Rodphey Sholom friends. Good evening. I'm Bobby Neymar. For those who don't know me, I'm the proud donor impact officer for the Jewish Federation of Western Massachusetts. It is truly a joy to gather here in Holyoke for this beautiful Hanukkah celebration and menorah lighting. On behalf of the Jewish Federation of Western Massachusetts, we are deeply grateful to stand in partnership with Congregation Sons of Zion, Congregation Rodphey Sholom, Mayor Garcia and his awesome staff members, and the city of Holyoke, and also Congressman Neal. You're such a nice surprise every time I see you. Together, we honor the strong and enduring Jewish history of this great city, a history that continues to glow through our shared commitment, our traditions, and our unshakable spirit. Hanukkah, at its core, teaches us that a little bit of light can dispel a great deal of darkness. In 2025, as our community faces rising anti-Semitism, misinformation, and the continued emotional impact of global events, this message resonates more powerfully than ever. Yet tonight, by gathering here in unity with friends, neighbors, and allies, we affirm that the light of our Jewish community in Western Massachusetts will not only endure, but grow stronger. The story of Hanukkah, as Joanne has said, is one of religious freedom, the right to live and practice openly as Jews. The Maccabees' courage echoes in our commitment today to ensure that every Jewish person in Western Massachusetts, from Springfield to Northampton, from Amherst to right here in the great city of Holyoke, feels safe, supported, and proud. Our federation and our partner organizations, Jewish, communal, interfaith, and civil, work tirelessly to uphold that sacred freedom through security, education, and community building. We also celebrate the miracles, those ancient and those unfolding in our own time. The miracle of the oil lasting 8 days reminds us to recognize divine providence and to cultivate gratitude. And the modern miracles are all around us. A growing, resilient Jewish community, renewed investments in Jewish life in Holyoke, and local leaders who stand with us in solidarity. Hanukkah means tradition, and this season calls each of us to rededicate ourselves to our values, to strengthening Jewish life, and to caring for one another. In 2025, this includes renewing our commitment to Tikkun Olam, the sacred work of repairing the world. Through acts of generosity, both big and small, supporting vulnerable families, advocating for justice, and building bridges across communities, each of us has a role in bringing more light into a world that desperately needs it. As we light the menorah tonight, let each candle remind us of something essential: the triumph of hope over fear, the courage of standing proudly as Jews, and the power that comes from gathering as one community here in Holyoke and across Western Massachusetts. May the light of Hanukkah inspire us to bring healing, unity, and compassion to our neighbors, to our region, and to the world. Chag Urim Sameach. Happy Hanukkah, everybody.
Can you hear me? Yes. Oh, good. Okay. Sheila Adams is the president of Congregation Rodphey Sholom, and she was not able to make it tonight. But in Sheila's, in the way that Sheila always does things, she sent someone instead. And in her stead, she has sent Lou Silver, who was the past president, and who has just given years and years of service both to Rodphey Sholom and to the city of Holyoke. So I'd like to welcome to the microphone Lou Silver.
Thank you, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here. All of us are terribly shaken up to learn of the tragedy, the horrific killing of people in Sydney, Australia. The anti-Semitic issues that we face throughout the world is terrible. It's terrible. So our hearts go out to the families of those that are injured and the several that were killed. So with that, I'm going to share some stories about Hanukkah. Many, many years ago, thousands of years ago, Hanukkah was not celebrated. It was a very minor observance. It was a very minor holiday. And as the years started coming on Hanukkah, it was decided, and we know what the answer is, because as time moved on, the Jewish people really felt that Hanukkah was very, very important. So it became a major holiday throughout the world. Tonight, throughout the world, everybody is lighting their Hanukkah menorahs. So today we all understand the answer about how Hanukkah originated. And we affirm the courage of the Maccabees. Now, who are the Maccabees? Who steadfastly defied the forces of assimilation. How easy it would have been for them to yield to the seductions of the pagan world. And yet they refused to do so, instead challenging their own generation and ours as well, to turn again to the teachings and the moral values of our faith. Theirs was a triumph, not only for religious freedom, but also for the very survival of the Jewish people throughout the world. Ever since when the hours of darkness are longest, we celebrate Hanukkah, remembering the heroism of our ancestors. This year, as we light our menorah, we are grateful for the blessings which are ours, family, friends, and community, and the opportunity to live as Jews in freedom. Now I question, in freedom. With all the issues that we've been facing all these years, I'm really deeply concerned about that. We all want to see and learn about the peace in Israel. We've all read about it. We've seen it on major television news networks. We want to see things change, and hopefully we will. Hopefully, soon. We also pray for the emergence of the complete peace for Israel. As the gathering of Jewish people continues in Israel, we know that the challenges of their absorption are complex. On Hanukkah, each of us is a candle lighter. Even if we don't get up and light the candle, in our minds, we're lighting the candle. With the ability to kindle new hopes and encouragement for Jews throughout the world, wherever they may be in need. Each of us has a responsibility to ensure that compassion and caring are always the core of our actions. May the lights of our menorah shine forth with a bright glow for the world. Thank you.
So sorry.
Well, I feel like most of you, or all of you now, have a pretty good understanding of what Hanukkah is all about, where its history came from, and what it's all about. So I'm gonna change the program, which actually I wrote, so I have the ability to change it. And I have next to my name, Joan Rosner, that I'm gonna talk about a short history of Hanukkah, which I don't think you need. So I'm changing the program to give you a short a little sort of understanding of what makes you crazy about the Jewish calendar. If you have ever been in charge of a school calendar or any other type of calendar that has to take note of Jewish holidays, I know you're going crazy, because we're going crazy too. So the first thing you need to understand is that we follow a lunar year. We do not follow a solar year. So Even I don't really understand why a lunar year can't have the same holiday on the same day every year, but it can't. So it's the solar does, but the lunar doesn't. So that's number one. Number two, from the very beginning, from as long as we can trace back, and that's very long, we're almost as old as the Chinese, we're just a few hundred years younger. We are now in the year 5786. So, and I think the Chinese are a couple, maybe 80 something else. But anyway, the Jewish day begins at nightfall. So when the sun is gone and the sun has set, that's when the next Jewish day begins. And then it ends the following day when the sun sets. So it's not the same as what we're used to on an agrarian calendar. So that's why we light the first candle of Hanukkah tonight when it's dark. We should not be lighting it when it's light. It has to be dark because that's when the next day begins. So the first night of Hanukkah is tonight, and we light it now. Tomorrow is the first day of Hanukkah. So when you wake up tomorrow morning, you're living through the first day of Hanukkah. When the sun sets tomorrow, you will be at the beginning of the second day of Hanukkah. Got it? So, and that's why it is confusing for people when they're trying to set calendars, for many of our holidays, when the holiday begins at the evening of a particular day or the night of a particular day, some of the most important things for that holiday are part of that time when the sun first goes down and it gets dark. The holidays that immediately come to mind are one, Hanukkah, because you're lighting the candles. A second one is Yom Kippur. Our evening service on Yom Kippur is a very important service, and many people sort of miss it but Yom Kippur is tomorrow. No, it's not. It starts at night. It's the same idea when Jewish people celebrate Friday evenings dinners as a big dinner at their house, and they light candles and they have wine and they invite friends and they have what's called Shabbat dinner, because Shabbat begins on Friday night and then continues on Saturday and lasts until the sun sets on Saturday, and then it's not Shabbat anymore. So I hope that this has been a little bit helpful and helps you understand a little bit that you have to be careful when you look at a secular calendar and make sure that when they say it's Yom Kippur, they're talking about the day, but it really started last night. And when they say Hanukkah, they're talking about the day, but remember, I know tomorrow on a Jewish calendar, it will say first day of Hanukkah, and then underneath that, it will say light candle 2. So, look at a Jewish calendar sometime. It's very interesting. And it is now my pleasure to introduce, hear actually, Cindy View, who is going to come up to the microphone and do the blessings for the lighting of the candles, and Brielle View, who is standing at the back of the room ready to run outside and light the candle. So if anyone wants to get up and go with her, you can do that.
My shamash is here, and she's going to help me say the blessings. So candles are added to the Hanukkah, which is also, people sometimes call it a menorah, from right to left, but are kindled from left to right. The newest candle is lit first. You light the shamash, the helper candle, first, using it to kindle the rest of the Hanukkah lights. So as you do that, you say the blessings. So you can all join me if you know them. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu l'chadnik ner shel Hanukkah. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'asa nisi lavotenu v'imotinu v'hamim hahem Bazman Hazeh. And then we do a third blessing for the first night only. And that goes like this. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'echianu v'kiyamanu v'higianu lazman hazeh. And now you can go light the candles. Okay. Oh, you can if you want. You can go out.
Wait a minute, Brielle. More people are coming.
Okay, well, this will be background then. So for the next part of our program, we sing the song that is traditionally sung after the candles are lit. And Jane Pearl will be singing Ma'otzor, Rock of Ages, in Hebrew and English.
And please join along. Ma'otzor Yeshuati Lechana Elishabeach Tikon Beit Tefilati V'sham Toda Nitzabeach V'yetachin Matbeach Nitzar Hamnabeach Az Edmor B'shir Mizmor Chanukat Ma'mizbeach Az Edmor B'shir Mizmor Chanukat Ma'mizbeach. Rock of ages, let our song praise your saving power. You amid the raging foe were our sheltering tower. Furious they assailed us, but your help availed us, and your word broke their sword when our own strength failed us, and your word broke their sword when our own strength failed us.
So now everyone in here can go in there and get your food.